Several home baseball games and softball games. It is Monday, and we're back. Knightline Live. I'm Jerry Middleton. Along with me, as usual, is Rick Fletcher. And Rick, it's good to be back on the air.
Yeah, and we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants a little bit, but we wouldn't have it any other way, would we? I mean, that's how we roll. So we got to. It's been a while, Jerry. I mean, like you said, we've had a couple weeks of vacation week we normally take off. Then the world was ending because we had a solar eclipse, so we figured we weren't there.
Yep.
Then rain comes, so we have make-up baseball, softball on Monday nights, and we're busy doing that.
During the eclipse, I was mowing my grass.
Yeah.
And it got dark. I had to stop. Couldn't see where to mow. It was terrible.
It was pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it was fun. And, it was really a neat thing to see.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. The crowds didn't have the crowds that everybody thought.
Right.
Blame that on the weatherman because they said it was supposed to be overcast.
It's a beautiful day.
It was a beautiful day.
It was a perfect day for a solar eclipse.
That's right.
But that seems like a long time ago now.
I'll see you at the next one in about 70 years.
Well, maybe we'll be here for that. So now here we are. We're kind of in the middle of our spring seasons, headed toward the end. Sectionals aren't that far away.
Well, the sectional draws were Sunday for softball and baseball.
Were they really?
Yes.
So do we have results of that, or do we not?
Well, absolutely we do.
All right, so we'll talk about, because we'll have a segment with softball and baseball. Right. And by the way, those will be softballs at Knightstown, and baseball is Shenandoah, I believe.
Yes, the dreaded Shenandoah. The only good thing about that is 1,000-degree pizza.
1,000-degree pizza. Unfortunately, we won't be able to live stream any of those.
Any of those? No, none of them.
Because we are dependent on an internet connection, and our IT department here was good enough. They've given us great internet over at the softball field and the baseball field and the football field. So really not many schools have that kind of connections that we do, Jerry.
Well, I look, on IHSATV.org that we broadcast everything on, and you looked at the amount of schools that are showing baseball games on there. It's about nil.
Well,
softball is less than that.
Yeah, because you really have to have a good internet connection, and that's what makes it happen. So our special guest tonight is going to be Ryan Halloran, newly selected athletic director. So Jerry Kiesling is winding his career down, and he's going to go off into grandparenthood, although he's already there. But him and his wife will be doing that full time. The American dream. He's going to be living the dream. He's going to be getting paid without working. And that's what retirement's all about. And congratulations to Jerry. He's probably been doing this for 40 years, I'm guessing.
Well,
in some
form of athletics, yes.
Yeah.
It's about 15 years overall as an athletic director.
Right.
And prior to that, high school and college football coach, and so forth.
And we're going to talk to Ryan about the job of being athletic director. I'll tell you what, Jerry. It's a lot of work. Being an AD it's not fun and games, although I'm sure there's some of that goes on, but it is a lot of work. And you look at some of these schools, you'll have a football coach might be the athletic director also in some of these schools. I don't know how they do it.
No, neither.
But we'll talk to Ryan, see if we can get a little insight about that. For us right here, I know we've been gone a long time. We'll be off the next 2 weeks because we have games, all right? Our priority is games, and during baseball and softball spring season, it's hard to find a free night, honestly.
Especially when it rains.
Yeah, when the weather wreaks havoc, as it has today.
Yes.
Games have been postponed or probably canceled at this point.
Yeah.
And so... this week you got some rain coming in at some point. You're always fighting the clouds and the rain. Beginning in April, you're fighting the temperatures and the snow sometimes. And
we'll also fight burnout.
Yeah.
From our crew.
Yeah. We've been busy. We haven't been here, but we've been doing a lot of broadcasting, and that's what we want to do. We love doing the games. We love We're doing softball this year finally, and it's having a blast. And I would say if you ask the softball parents and the coaches, they appreciate it.
And softball's hard.
Yeah,
it is, because where we have to sit there, we had to hire extra security. Paparazzi situation. We've had to get extra security out there just to be safe. Autograph seekers, I'm telling you, Rick, drive me crazy.
Yes, my wife Tamara just puts a badge on and she protects us. So that's all she does. But we're sitting outside. It's kind of fun. We're amongst the people
and the bees. Don't forget the bees.
Yeah, the bees.
Big giant bees.
Well, in one of our broadcasts, the bees were a prominent fixture.
That was funny. We was talking about that, and that bee was right in front of the camera, just looking at it. Oh, it was great.
Well, we say, when we make a mistake, we always say we're going to laugh about it later, and that's part of the fun of doing this. But, but hey, at least we're doing softball. Now, we've been having a little issue with our internet connection, but it hasn't been too bad. No. At least we get to get the girls on. And that's what we want to do. We want to be able to spotlight the student athletes, so we get to do player of the game. And the last one I actually I had Tara Williams on for a coach's comment, and they enjoyed that.
Good.
And but that press box is small for softball, so we are outside. And so far we haven't had any inclement weather or anything like that. But we'll do what we have to. So if there's any fundraising going on for softball, we need restroom facilities and maybe a concession stand and a bigger press box. Not much, I figure a couple $100,000 ought to get it all done. Let's put in a requisition here. We'll have to talk to Ryan about that.
Yeah, we will. We'll just get that right out of our advertising budget. We'll be good to go.
Yeah, we'll cover that for the next 15 or 20 years.
Well, speaking of teams that are winding down, and which is tennis, girls tennis. I mean, their sectional and so forth is just right around the corner.
Well, it's coming up. Matt Haynes is coaching.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we haven't been here on Knightline. But right now, let's talk a little bit about tennis. Lauren Lacey and Josie Retz and Aubrey Manus. I'm hoping I'm saying these names correctly.
Yep.
As far as I can tell now, I'm going on the Go Knights Athletics website and looking at the coaches. They do a good job of putting their stuff on there, and I really appreciate that. They look like number 1, 2, and 3, and Ella Coddington and Chaya Gardner. Did I say that correctly?
Yep.
Okay.
Chaya,
and they're the number 1 doubles, and Olivia Null and Alyssa Sheets are number 2 doubles. All right, so as far as I can tell, there's your team. All right, so they're at this point, they are 3-0 in the Tri-Eastern Conference. They're 5-2 overall, so undefeated. They got 3 away Tri-Eastern Conference matches this week, so this is a huge week for them.
Well, because everything is coming down into crunch time now. Yeah. Things have been postponed, and now everything is just like this funnel. Just goes right down into this last week or so, and it's tough.
Well, you look at these spring athletes, Jerry, this happens, and they're still going to school.
Yeah.
They got finals. They've got to prepare for finals, and getting ready to, they got to pass their classes at the minimum, and hopefully most of them want to get A's. So, they're still doing classwork, and all of a sudden you get 3 matches in a week and you're busy and you're gone, and if you're going away you get back a little bit later. So that's what springtime is.
Yep.
With the weather plays a part, and what it does, it kind of crunches the schedule at the end of the season if you get bad weather.
Well, and every year it's the same thing we talk about. Oh, it wasn't this bad last year. Yes, it was.
It was bad every year.
It was bad every year.
Yeah, every year you have situations.
Every year you have that. There's only one year I can ever remember that we didn't. And I was umpiring baseball the previous year. We got all this rain. I said, I know I'll schedule a game every night and probably work half of them. Well, that was the year of the drought.
Yeah.
I was praying for rain because I didn't want to umpire.
Well, so you did a lot of work.
I did a lot.
You were busy.
Ate a lot of dust that year.
All right, so if you get a chance, get out and see the girls' tennis team. Unfortunately, because of our broadcast responsibilities, where it's been hard to get out and talk to them as we normally try to do. But we, at least at this point, want to give you all the recognition that you deserve because you guys work hard, and and we want to recognize that. So there's girls tennis. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Absolutely.
Good luck in chasing that Tri-Eastern Conference crown. I guess Centerville's kind of owned that thing.
Well,
the
and
last
hopefully these girls will pull out a little bit of that Haynes magic.
Well, just
like they did in the boys. Now, but I've had somebody didn't spoke on this on in a minute.
Nobody wants to come on the air.
That Kiesling did not help with the girls' team, so
who
knows?
They're in trouble now.
They could be in trouble, but no, I think the girls, they could pull something out. Especially there could be some that move on to the regionals.
Yeah.
Out of that group, absolutely.
Well, good luck. Good luck to them. Sectionals aren't that far away, so really good luck to them. We wish them the best.
Now we're going out.
Let's hit some balls.
Hit some balls with some birdies and some eagles, and we don't want to hear the word bogey.
All right. First of all, we have to have a shout out to their sponsor. That's Charlie Bryant of Generations Sports Bar and Grill. According to Ryan Shelfant, the coach, that's why they look good. All right. He provided the money to make them look good, and that's half the battle on the golf course right there. Looking good, Jared.
Well, you got to look good.
Yeah. Now, I can look as good as the rest of them, but boy, then you get to the first tee, it's all downhill.
Then you have to put up or shut up.
most of the time, you get put up. All right? That's what happens there. All right, who are some of the golfers? Well, we got Hayden Shelfin seems to be their number one.
Yeah.
Then, in no particular order, Brady Geis, I believe.
Brady Geis.
Landon Scaretti, there's a name we know. Landon is out there playing golf. Landon Helms and Brant Benjamin. If there's anybody I haven't mentioned, I'm sorry. I'm not as conversant this year with golf and tennis as the past. But again, we've been quite busy with a lot of the stuff that we've been doing.
They've been hit real hard with the weather.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They've had cold weather. Probably nothing worse than playing golf in cold weather and wind.
Yeah.
And, I think I saw where they had a tournament probably this weekend, maybe Saturday.
Some flooding. They've had flooding out at the course.
So now their sectional typically comes a little bit later in the season.
Yeah, it's usually right after school's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've still got a whole month left of regular season. So, and their home tournaments are over here at Highland Lakes. So get a chance to, at some point we're going to learn how to live stream a golf tournament. Okay, I don't know how. All right, but we're going to attempt to try to do that. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we should. We'll try.
All right, so there's some information for you guys to chew on, as far as girls tennis and boys golf. And we still got a lot more to do, but when we get back, Jerry, we're going to have Ryan Halloran is going to be in the hot seat, and we're going to put the grill rake to him.
No, yeah. Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we
should. We'll figure out if we're going to use gas, electric, or little wood pellets.
Well, the other thing is we need a golf cart, you and I.
We need a golf cart. That's right.
Our needs aren't much.
No, not much. Well, we'll be back in just a few minutes, and you're watching Knightline Live, brought to you by Astro Industries out of Lynn. At Kate's Family Eye Care, we value a family-friendly atmosphere, offering high-quality eye exams. Our expert staff utilizes the latest techniques in eye care. We have a large selection of affordable glasses that are unique to our area. We are proud supporters of the Northeastern Knights and wish all the teams the best of luck.
Go Knights!
13,000 feet has a way of testing a man's soul. After all, you were never
We would
meant
love
to
to
take on
invite you to
such an
Lifesprings.
endeavor. That long drop is what separates human from superhuman. That fear is the only enemy, the only thing keeping you from feeling that power in your bones. And here we are, right here, right now. Let's fly.
You're good at motivation, we're good at your insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
We would love to invite you to Lifespring Students, our youth group at Lifespring Church that is just south of Northeastern on 27. We meet from 7 to 8:30 on most Thursdays, but the doors open at 6:30. You can grab some pizza or a snack from our cafe and then hang out with your friends until 7 p.m. We have basketball, dodgeball, gaga ball, and other activities for you to enjoy. At 7, our student band leads us in some worship through music, and we have a lesson from God's Word, the Bible. We then split into small groups based on grade and gender to apply what we have learned and pray with one another. After small group, students are invited to hang out until 9 p.m. when we close. Lifespring Students is a great way to get to know God and meet some new friends. It is open for any student in grades 6 through 12, and we would love to invite you. Find out more at lifespring.tv/students.
KOA exit 151A, registration and the general store. It's a family-owned campground with pull-through parking for RVs or travel trailers with full hookups. Rent a cabin. Relax at one of the fire pits or picnic by the pond. A playground for the kids, or get in around the golf before dinner. Take a water-soaking hayride, lay out by the pool, and then take a dip.
Do you have a big event coming up soon? Dejo Photos has you covered. Check us out on Facebook. We are professional photographers who strive to capture all of your special moments, such as family portraits, senior photos, live action sports, graduations, and so much more. If you don't think photos are important, wait until they are all you have left. Contact us via email at info@dejophotos.com or call us at 765-277-0047. Dejo Photos, capturing memories one photo at a time.
Coming together every day to make a difference for you, for me, and everyone in between. Because at Dot Foods, when we celebrate each other's differences and work together to make the community a better place, we become great together. At Dot Foods, what matters to you matters to us, where communities matter. Dot Foods.
Welcome back to Knightline Live. I'm Jerry Middleton and Rick Fletcher, and also Ryan Halloran's with us tonight, the new athletic director of the Northeastern. And remember, Knightline Live is brought to you by Astro Industries out of Lynn. If you're looking for a new job or maybe a second job, go see our friends up at Astro, and they'll help you out. Well, Ryan, thanks for joining us this evening.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
You're kind of taken on some roles. I've seen you out at all the athletic events, Ryan. I mean, you're not. When do you officially start?
July 1st.
All right, but you've been working already. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes.
So you're still teaching, right?
Yes.
All right. So you're winding up your teaching segment, and then July 1, full-time athletic director, and all that stuff that goes along with that.
Correct.
All right. So I got a ton of questions.
Sure,
Right? I got
let's go.
Tons of questions. So what's your overall, as the athletic director, as you look at what you're in charge of, all the the teams and the what is your overall philosophy on a school the size of here? Your philosophy as far as building your athletic programs. See,
Well-
we dig deep around here.
No, that's great. It's I coached for a long time, so that's always something you want to think about. I
Right.
think at this small school, the biggest thing is, are your head coaches connected from the elementary to the middle school to the high school? They have to know who you are. We don't have enough people for those things to run independently.
Right.
And I just think I love this small school atmosphere where I do feel, we say it all the time in the football program, and I've seen other programs, is and even in our school logos, is the Knight family. And you have to be present. And so any head coach coming in has to understand that. The elementary kids need to know who you are, or at least their coaches need to know who you are. When they see you, they might recognize, hey, that's one of the coaches at the high school, stuff like that. And I think that's the only way that you can build that. It's those relationships that you have, and those will stick and carry their way through.
So say you're a basketball coach, okay? And so you're Cody Dudley, and you're coaching girls basketball. So for him, he has to build that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I mean,
and
he
the
should
coaching,
be,
and
I think he is. If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, I think the numbers in the girls basketball program in the elementary are growing because
Yeah.
of the work that he's done.
yeah. So that's what you're trying, and you want to continue that,
Yeah,
right?
and you're not going to be coaching them all the time, but you're going to go visit a game or two, maybe see the practice, but you're involved in who's coaching them. You should know that person. They should be trying to follow the philosophies of the head coach and things like that. So.
All right. Jerry. Now, Jerry has had some athletic director duties over the
Yes.
past, so
The vital
he,
cog.
he knows all the ins and outs.
Yeah, I know a lot of the ins and a lot of the outs. Oh, well, in the past, Friday Night Football is obviously one of the bigger, attendance, money makers, and so forth like that. I'm assuming that we're going to end up with things staying pretty much status quo as far as pricing, stuff like that. And then I'm also like with anything else, I'm sure that the student packets are probably going to be a little more just because everything else is going up. And I think in the past that we've really tried to make it affordable for families to come. Kiesling and myself had a big discussion about letting students in for free. And I think that has been, a lot of schools are calling wanting to know how successful that's been. What's your thoughts on the students getting in?
I've had a chance to see the numbers up close. Mr. Kiesling did some comparisons, stuff like that. And it's interesting is that the gate numbers haven't really changed. They've kind of actually gone up. And again, we want to make this experience for everybody as affordable as we can. And it's great when you have all those numbers. The atmosphere is electric.
Yep.
I've seen it I've been on the sideline on Friday nights and I can feel it. What was really been awesome is being in basketball stadium or being in the basketball gym with even the girls and the boys team together when the band is playing and our cheer group is there and all those folks in there. It is an absolutely amazing experience that everybody should come to see.
Yeah, and interesting tidbit there. People wonder, for some schools about the things that we do. We live stream the games. They wonder, hey, how does that affect the gate? Well, I guess I've been told that from Jerry Kiesling that it really hasn't affected it negatively.
Haven't seen anything.
Because we're always promoting go to the gym,
Absolutely.
watch the
I love
replay, and I'm a firm believer in that. Okay, I mean, you get to the gym, you don't want to listen to us. You can do that later on if you want to do that. You really want to be in the gym to support your guys, and that, I mean, we talk about money. I mean, we hate to. That's an important. This is a small school,
Right.
So what
Right.
are the challenges? You go down to like some of these other schools. I think Lawrenceburg, they got a casino that kind of funds
Right,
everything
right.
for them. We don't have that here.
No, we generate, the income we generate basically sustains our athletic department as best it can. I know that individual groups and go out and get sponsors to help pay for things and stuff like that, and it takes a whole community to do that. But everybody that comes to the game, I mean, all that money is paying referees, putting on the event, making sure kids have the equipment that they need to play a game safe, and that event can go off the best way it can.
Now, most people, I'll say this out here again, a lot of times on the broadcast I'll talk about it, but, people are like, well, how come you're charging this or how come you're charging that? I said, because we have to.
Yeah.
Because we don't get money from taxpayers to run things. We don't get money from the school. It's a business.
Self-sufficient, yeah.
Self-sufficient, small business.
Yes.
And that's what we are. And so I want to put that out there so people know that, that $5 or $6 you put down to come to the ball game, $6 of it goes back to the athletes to allow them to play.
Yeah, everything's going back.
Yeah, everything.
Well, I'm going to say this. It's a cheap ticket, really. You get some good entertainment. You get to support your local team. And $6, you can't.
$6 for a Friday night ball game out here,
Yeah.
or going to one of the
A
boys girls
basketball,
doubleheader.
yeah.
I mean, when the band's playing, the cheerleaders are going, you guys are playing. It's electric. It's an amazing experience.
It is. High school sports is like the purest of sport. It's fun to go to. The kids are playing because they want to play. They're not getting a scholarship, to play or anything, or their NIL deal. We haven't got NIL deals yet here.
I know I don't have an
We don't have one, so must not be one. But it's the purest of sport, and they play because they want to play, and it's just a wonderful time. It is. It's a great time.
All right, let's go back a little bit. How long you've been a teacher for? How many years?
23 years.
20. You don't look old enough.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, so but you've been involved in athletics probably most of that time, I'm assuming.
Yeah, my first coaching gig, I was 19 years old.
All right, so what for you? Why the switch to administration? As far as what was the draw there?
It has always been, I guess I would say, the end game.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For me. You want to lay out a career of, I want to do this, then this, then this, and this. And I followed that path for as long as I could. I missed out on a couple opportunities, but that's okay. I got a chance to be here, which a place I absolutely love. This opportunity came up, and for me, it's kind of a dream. I love this atmosphere. I love this size of school. It's similar to a size of school that I went to in high school. I like all the connections and relationships, and I couldn't imagine, it is, when it opened up, when I knew it was going to be open, I had an opportunity, there was no looking back. Now there's some things I got to give up because of that, and that's painful.
Right.
But
I'm getting a phone call.
Yeah, I get it. I hear that. It's awesome. Right, caller, you're on the line.
Is that your
Right,
fans?
here we are. We're live.
We're taking calls.
Long time, first time.
First time caller, long time listener.
All right, so that leads me to another question. You're have been a football coach, so what's the status, if you know, at this point?
Right. Because of the step up and things like that, and as he alluded to, all the busyness and all the things to take care of, I do have to take a step back from the coaching. I can consult and help out in any way I can, just because I have that emotional attachment to those fellas. It's
Sure.
not just the coaches, but
Yeah.
the kids and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I want to see things that I started with some freshmen, continue. You still have that connection. It's the same thing when you're teaching. When you see a kid who's struggling and you kind of help guide them into the right spot. You get a chance to see them mature over the 4 years. I usually teach a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and to see the men and women that they become when they're seniors and graduate, it's kind of an awesome thing. So cutting that's something I got to deal with.
Yeah.
But I just, I love rooting for our kids here and stuff like that. So it's just a different vantage point that I'll have, and so getting a chance to see everybody.
Now, do you find yourself like I've seen in the past? Some ADs are cheerleaders. I mean, they're boisterous and they're there. Others they get the mechanics of being the athletic, which is a job in itself. The mechanics of being the athletic director. Making sure the buses are running on time, basically. Right. So, what's your personality as far as that goes?
When I see our kids compete and do well, I can't help but cheer. I can't. It comes out. I mean, I was sitting over there waiting for you guys when I got the information about our girls' tennis tonight. And I gave a fist bump.
Big Tri-Eastern Conference win tonight.
It's a big win.
Won a conference game.
So they got it. Now the girls' tennis team is 4-0 in the conference.
4-0.
Yeah. So congratulations to them.
But yeah, I just get excited when our kids, because I know how hard they work.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's great to see them get rewards for that. So I get excited.
All right.
I
don't see that changing. I don't see that. My biggest thing is I can't.
I want to say one thing here. Of all of our years, we've never gotten Kiesling behind on this side of the camera.
Well, we still have at least one more show, Jerry, before
There
Kiesling
you go.
goes out the door. Now, my guess is we're probably not going to land him. He's harder to get than you talk about. You talk about all these big shots out there. Kiesling is hard to land as far as doing this, but but you see him. He's here at when the ball games are done. That's when he goes home.
Right.
And that's kind of the job. Right. He's probably here in the morning like everybody else, I'm assuming.
Yep.
So those ADs, they work a lot of hours, but you got to love it, though. I mean, there's got to be a love for the game.
I enjoy almost every single sport that's out there, whether I can play it well or not. You talked about golf earlier. That's pretty frustrating. But it's just my life has been that way ever since I can grow up. I mean, when I was a younger kid, we had our own wiffle ball league with the neighbor kids and kept stats and put them on the computer. These kids don't even know about floppy disks and stuff.
Oh,
like
no.
that.
Oh, gosh. Well, that's what does all of our stuff on our broadcast is our Commodore 64.
The Commodore 64. I love that. It was amazing.
Yeah, we have one of those. It crunches all of our voting from our millions and millions of viewers for the Subway Player of the Game.
But all that stuff. I mean, I don't mind organizing and being parts of that. I've been on some of the, I don't know if anybody knows about the flag football league that's around here, the Eastern Indiana Flag Football League. I was part of the very early beginnings of that league. And so
they get a little physical in that league.
They can. Yep. It happens. It's
just the way
guys still, people want to compete. And sometimes it can. Football's a great sport to release stuff.
Where did you grow up at?
A little bit of all over. I was born in Indiana, but early on, actually, I spent third and fourth grade in Canada.
No, really?
Yep. Third and fourth. I learned my first organized sport. Well, second organized sport was soccer.
No.
I remember playing some t-ball in Indianapolis, and then soccer in Canada, and then my mom and my stepfather moved to Virginia. So I grew up in Chesapeake, Virginia for a long, long time until I moved back. My dad's always lived in Indiana.
Okay.
Lived in Union County. He'd always visited Union County in the summertime. And so I graduated my last year of high school from Union County High School.
Virginia, big football state.
Yes. Michael Vick.
They closed down for Saturday game football.
It's not too bad. It's a little hotbed for basketball too. I grew up with J.R. Reed and Alonzo Mourning.
Oh,
we're in that area, stuff like that.
So you were in some big areas then. I'm
it's so Chesapeake. There's Chesapeake. There's Suffolk. There's Virginia Beach, Norfolk, and Portsmouth that all sit around the bottom of the Chesapeake Bay.
It's kind of like Centerville and Fountain City, and not quite.
It's more like Carmel and Fishers and Indianapolis and those kind of. It's all pretty widespread. It's a neat area.
All right. So one more question that I have, you know, you got to balance. You want winning teams, all right? There's
Yes.
nothing more fun than seeing a sectional champion, whatever team
Absolutely.
that may be. But you want to do it the right way.
Correct.
Okay, we always want to do it the right way, taking into account, you know, the best interest of the students.
kids.
All right. So when you evaluate coaches, what's the criteria that you look at? Because everybody goes through an evaluation, I'm assuming.
Right, yeah, exactly. I mean, you're going to look at wins and losses, stuff like that. But I think the biggest thing that you want to see is, are coaches developing their players? Are they developing the relationship, and then are they getting players better? Are they teaching them the right lessons? Are they teaching them how to be accountable for their actions and own mistakes and work hard to overcome that kind of stuff? I think that's the biggest thing to look at. And you watch a season of kids. You know, especially this area, this school we have, we'll know the kids in junior high, and we'll see them come up as freshmen, and we'll see them develop. You see those things if you're paying attention. You're watching. I've been watching games here, all over stuff. Now I'll be watching a lot more, which is great. I have an excuse to be at school watching these sports and not have to, take care of my dog all the time. That's okay. I love my dog, Champ. If you're listening, I love you, buddy.
He's probably not listening.
Yeah, you never know. He's a smart little guy. He figures out all kinds of stuff.
Well, Ryan, boy, 20 minutes goes by fast. We could stay, as usual.
As
Jerry.
usual.
We could do another hour. We could do an hour, but hey, good luck. We're here. We're a supporter. We're homers, all right?
Right.
We admit that freely. So whatever small piece we can play to, promote your program, promote your players, your coaches, or whoever else is out there.
I just want to say I appreciate everything that you guys do. I think it's awesome what you do for our kids, what you do for our school. We are very lucky to have you guys.
Well,
doing
thank
this.
you.
So I wanted to say that officially so everybody else knows. It's awesome. Thank you very much.
Appreciate
There's
that.
a lot of schools that come up to us after, the sectionals is
Yeah.
the big one, because we bring kids from all
Other
the schools
schools,
up.
Right. No, I've seen it. I think it's
And-
really awesome.
And they're like, this is great, and they're all up there, got their cameras up there, their phones like that. And then one kid we brought in, just watching him play, we just absolutely just didn't like him. Then he gets up there,
Nicest
he's our
kid
player,
there.
Oh,
nicest
super
kid
nice.
ever.
Oh, I
And
hate
we're just
that.
like, now how can we not like
That's
him?
right. How come they can't just be
Yeah,
awful?
and, it's just because the kid just beat us,
Yeah,
and you're not happy with him, but you bring him up, and now he's like,
He's the nicest
you're like,
kid in
oh
the
my
world.
gosh.
Typically,
Yeah.
that's the way.
Usually it is, and the kids are just happy to be there.
Yeah.
And they're
No,
thrilled.
yeah.
And the coaches of all the schools, same way.
Yeah,
And they're very
absolutely.
appreciative of doing that being done. So, well, hey Ryan, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate you spending non-rainy Monday.
Yeah.
Maybe it is raining out. I'm not
It's
sure.
raining some places.
Yeah,
Champ,
it is.
food's coming.
It is. It's coming, buddy.
Just let you know. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. You're watching Knightline Live, brought to you by Astro Industries.
Dreaming of having more space? With a mortgage from First Financial, you're golden. We keep things simple with friendly, personalized service from application to closing. We'll help you find the right mortgage loan to fit your unique needs. Plus, you can qualify for relationship pricing with an eligible checking account. And since we live in the communities we serve, you can count on our local knowledge to make sure the pieces fall into place for an on-time closing. So stop dreaming and start moving with First Financial Bank.
Harmon sheds are custom built to your specifications and needs. But wait, there's more! Harmon sheds build privacy fences, decks for your pool, beautifully designed decks for all around your home, and detached pavilions. Let Joe and the crew do all the work, so all you need to do is relax.
This is Rick Fletcher. When my car needs repair, I take it to 715 Simharjan Parkway in Richmond, home of Knuckle Busters. With their ASE certified technicians, why would you go anyplace else? They repair domestic and imports, air conditioners to Z-bars. Knuckle Busters Auto Repair. Call 765-488-1470 and tell them to go Knights!
Are you being bugged about your floral needs? The Leaning Lily, 927 South 9th, is a full-service florist with lots of great gift ideas like wind chimes, potted plants, hanging baskets, teddy bears, and much, much more. Convenient delivery available to residential, the hospital, and local funeral homes. The Leaning Lily has bouquets to say, I love you, to weddings to say, I do. The Leaning Lily, we have you covered. Martin's Country Mart, US 27 Fountain City. Swing in and grab a coffee or a frazzle, maybe a fountain drink at Martin's Country Mart. We also have all your favorite snacks, bottled drinks, and of course, sweet bakery items. Plenty of accessories for dinner. And don't forget the grill menu, covering breakfast, lunch, dinner, and of course, the kids' favorite, pizza. Martin's Country Mart, Fountain City. Welcome back to Knightline Live, brought to you by Astro Industries out of Lynn. And Rick, I think we had the big track meet, the night invite.
Yeah.
And really a pretty good day by the boys and a pretty good day by the girls.
Well, I think it was a very successful day. The guys, they tied for first.
Which is really crazy when you figure there's 10 teams and you tie.
I know.
That's,
that just 1 point. You'd think there'd be a point here or there, but they tied for first and the girls finished third. So congratulations to them. Let's see, if I have some winners here, I got Logan Smith for the guys. So he was number one in the 1600.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he's a cross-country runner anyways. And so congratulations to him. Also, the guys were number one in the 4x800 relay.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me there.
So, congratulations. To them, Logan Smith, Bryson McFarland, Lucas Shamness, and Nolan Drake, part of that team. Logan Brown won the long jump for the guys.
We're talking to him today, and he says, I want to break that school record.
Well, what year is he? Do you know?
He is a junior.
All right, so he's got some time to do it.
He got another year to go. I told him, I said, you got to do it when the wind is to your back. It helps.
It sure does. And for the girls, Amaya Davis was number one in the 400, so congratulations to her. And again, like we said earlier, the girls finished number 3. So that's a good showing.
Good. Out of 9 teams there, that's really good.
Yeah, that's a good showing by them, so congratulations. Now we're going to attempt, all right, we got some logistics we're going to have to work out, okay? But the Tri-Eastern Conference Championships are here. And they are May 9th, I believe.
I believe you're right on that.
That'll be a week from this coming Thursday. And we're going to attempt to live stream that. That'll be our first track meet we've ever done. We've never done that before, but that's never stopped us, Jerry.
Yeah, it's never stopped us.
There are some logistics because of scoring mechanisms and all the stuff that goes on there that we're going to have to work out, but we've been talking about that of how we're going to work that out. And a former Knight, Emma Carr, has agreed to be our analyst. So it's good to have somebody who knows track.
Oh yeah.
As far as that, to be the analyst. So hopefully we'll get that done. Look at our Facebook page, okay?
Yes.
That's where that information is going to be passed on. So look at that, and
if you're not a friend,
be a friend.
Be a friend.
Yeah, be a friend. Go to YouTube because we have Northeastern on YouTube. Subscribe, right?
Yeah, subscribe
and like or whatever those terms are, and become a friend. And that's where we post, typically it's going to be on Facebook is where we post
Yeah.
most of our stuff that you're going to have. All right, so let's move on to softball. They're in the middle of their season.
Oh, yeah.
Undefeated in the conference. So, the good start for them.
Got some tough conference games coming up.
They do. We've seen Hagerstown play already, Jerry, and they're
pretty good.
They're legitimate.
Yeah,
I
they're
think.
legit.
So really, they'll be coming up soon. But right now, you can't do better than undefeated in the conference.
Nope.
At this point, I believe they had a game tonight rained out.
Yes.
But they're going to be busy. Tomorrow night, we'll be here with a conference game. We'll be live streaming.
Yes.
Thursday night, and this is all weather permitting now, okay? Thursday night, we'll be live streaming with Randolph Southern coming to town and a big conference game on Friday night with Centerville coming to town. So that's whenever Centerville comes to town, it's always big.
Yeah.
So
and again, weather permitting, so just sort of keep your eye on the because they might play the game and we won't be there.
Well, if it's raining out,
because if we're getting some rain and so forth,
yeah, we can't because we're sitting outside.
We're sitting outside.
So, but anyways, that's our thought process, and so we got a lot of softball, and we'll know better by the end of the week and the end of next week whether the girls have an option, an opportunity for. To win that conference, and sectionals are coming up. We already know our sectional opponent.
Sectional draw for the girls has come out, and the first game is Hagerstown Eastern Hancock.
Okay.
And then the Knights will take on the host school, Knightstown, in the second game. And then Shenandoah and Union County both have byes.
Okay.
And so if the Knights win, which they're going to.
Well, we think they are.
Then they would play Union County.
A team they've already
beaten. So then with
tough opponent. It's going to be a tough
opponent. All these games are going to be tough opponents.
Yeah, these are all tough opponents.
So it's a good draw for the Knights.
Good draw for the Knights. They potentially could get to that championship game, and that's going to be at Knightstown this year. So make your way down to Knightstown to support the Lady Knights. It's going to be... It'll be a tough one to win.
Oh, absolutely.
But you get to the championship game, you never know what's going to happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. So we have some video that we've loaded here because of some of our live streams. We have players of the game, and we're doing that with softball. So this is a long one, folks, but I want you to pay attention here and look at some of the personalities that we've been able to gather. So Kayla, let's go to that video right now. We got a couple of players here. First, we're going to talk to Claire Lopeman, a senior. Claire, I'm going to ask you to put your mic real close to your... There we go. All right, you had a deal in there in the first 3 innings. So tell us about what your mindset as you took the mound, what you wanted to do, and what was going on out there.
I would say my mindset was more to just focus on getting the pitches I need instead of working on, chucking it into the places, because I've learned from previous experiences that it doesn't work as well as I hope it would. So I was really just focused more on keeping my pace and making sure my mechanics were in the right way and making sure that I hit the spots that I needed.
All right, and you had a deal in, so you did a real good job there.
Thank you.
All right, so going forward, does this game help propel us here into the season? Talk about that right there, Claire.
I would say so. I'd say that we did have a rough start against Wapahani. We were just more adjusting to each other because it was our first game out. But I think that going forward, we're going to be as good as we were tonight.
All right, so here's how we're going to do this. You guys are going to switch. You're going to give the headphones to Jocelyn, and you're just going to take her space, but don't leave us, okay? All right, we're doing this on the fly, folks. Come on in here. Come on in close. All right, come on in close. Are we still okay there, Mr. Cameraman? All right, this is freshman Jocelyn Allen. All right, Jocelyn, I want to ask you, you're only a freshman. You come out here, you go 3 for 3. How's it feel as a young player to come out and get some base knocks like that?
It felt pretty good because, our first game against Wapahani, my batting was, it wasn't there. But then I've been putting in a lot of work to make sure my batting was where I wanted it to be.
All right, so I got to ask you, you're the designated player, which in baseball terms, for those of you familiar with baseball, designated hitter, so you're just batting. Is there a spot in the field that you want to play, or what position do you normally play if you're in the field?
I usually play second or first.
All right, so maybe we'll see you out there in the field. But 3 for 3, they're going to keep, I guess, Coach Tara Williams probably going to keep your bat in the lineup. So some way, somehow. Fresh. All right. Subway player of the game is Carrie Gim. And before we get started, I think we have something we want to give to you. We have a presentation here from your favorite teacher. This is Mr. Luby. That's your home run ball right there. So talk about that one, Carrie. You squared up a fastball, and that thing, I think it almost went to the trees. What were your thought process on that ball as you hit that thing?
As soon as I hit it, I already knew it was gone.
It was a sweet swing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you. You're in a very important position. You're only a freshman, but obviously you played a lot of softball in your day. How has it been transitioning here to varsity ball and being a leader on that team at the 2-hole there in the catcher's position?
I already know what to do, so I'm more helping the girls out and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you guys, you play a lot of freshmen, not just you, but you've got Jocelyn Allen and Kenzie Johnson, as well as others also. Is there a good mixture of veterans and youngsters on this team? Is that what's your thought process on that?
Yeah, with our seniors leaving this year, we're going to have to be more supportive of our other girls and be, yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations. You are the Subway player of the game. It's been
also, Mr. Luby's my favorite teacher.
fresh, and our Subway player of the game is Lexi Russell. Lexi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Rick?
All right, so I want to talk about this game in relation to last night. Tough game. You beat Union County, a team you've never beaten.
I know. Coming into that game, I really wanted it. I told my dad that that's the team I wanted to beat this year. Came in with a bunch of energy, and Coach T, previously playing there, she also wanted it. So both of our morales brought the whole team together, and it was a great environment last night. I've never seen us have energy like that.
All right, so let's talk about this game, a very tight game. You kind of knew that was going to happen. It tries a good team.
I told him we got to be tight, we got to have energy. We kind of took that morale and excitement from last night over into this game, and it worked.
Yeah,
we pulled through.
So let me ask you, winning these games like last night and tonight, does that propel you as you head into the season? We still got we got a lot of softball to play, so talk about that a little bit.
The more wins you go, it boosts the confidence of the team. The girls know they can trust each other. We all have each other's backs. It makes it nice going on a win streak. It's going to be hard to stop us.
All right, so Lexi, congratulations.
Thank you.
You are our Subway player of the game.
Thank you.
All right, freshman Jaden Hildebrand and senior Emma Neely. Emma's no stranger to these airwaves. Jaden, this is your first time.
Yeah.
I want to tell you, let me ask you, you're only a freshman, okay? And you come in here, our bats are dead. We're not hitting it. Paige Lunsford from Lincoln had it going on, but all of a sudden you come up in the bottom of the 6th inning and you get it started. What was going through your mind in that at bat?
I just knew I can hit the ball, so I had to keep my head in the game and regather myself before I went in the box.
Yeah, we weren't having any success anywhere up to that point, but all of a sudden you got the rally started. Not only that, you stole second base, so tell me your thought process with that move there. And the game was still in doubt at that point in time.
Yeah, Coach just gave me the signal, so I just went right ahead and went.
All right, so that was a signal from the coach. He told you to steal second base. All right, that's Jaden Hildebrand. She got the rally started. Let's talk to the senior here. Let's talk to Emma.
Oh, gosh.
All right, Emma, you and I had a little chat before the game.
Did.
This game was really moving right along, and Paige Lunsford was mowing everybody down, okay? But all of a sudden, what was the feeling in the dugout as we move into the bottom of the 6th inning? And the freshman down there at the end got everything going. So talk about that sequence right there.
Coming into the dugout in the 6th inning, we just knew that we were running out of time. We had to make adjustments up to the bat, kind of read her more. And you just go up there confident and be ready to hit as a team. And then once Jaden got a hit, we kind of carried the momentum into our Lexi and then me, and then just kind of carried it on.
So I want to talk about the carbon copy plays. You had Lexi Russell. She was down 0-2 in the count, and she hits it right between the shortstop and the third baseman. Scored a run.
Yeah.
Okay, scored Jaden. Then you were up. You got down 0-2. What were you thinking at that point in time?
At 0-2, I know that we had Lexi on base. I know I just needed to put something in play, and hopefully it got through.
And it did.
I wanted to keep it on the ground just to make the play. Because it's game of mistakes. That's how you get on. So.
All right, and then all of a sudden you got another freshman comes up. That's Carrie Gammon, and she drives one to the fence, and, that kind of the floodgates go open.
Yes.
Talk about you have a lot. You're a senior. You got freshmen playing big spots on your team. So talk about that a little bit.
We have a really good freshman class this year, and I feel like they've really helped give us what we needed last year. Like we have a catcher now, and we have a lot of good hitters, and I think that just going from senior to freshman, we're strong all the way around. I feel like that's really helped us this year.
All right.
They're all playing their roles for sure.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Your school helps shape the person you become, opening your mind to new ideas and belonging to a community. Whether it's earning an advanced degree, joining the FFA, pushing your health and wellness, playing in the band, or playing on the field. It's a safe place where everyone knows your name, and a kid can be a kid. The halls of today filled with the leaders of tomorrow. Northeastern.
You've had a hard day at work, and all you want to do is sit in your lounge chair in the nice cool air? Then it hits! The AC's not working. The living room feels like the Sahara Desert. Call Reynolds Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. In just a short time, it'll be nice and cool. And then all you'll need is a sign that says, "No penguins allowed." Call 765-966-0994. Reynolds Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Proud sponsors of the Knights. Did someone say boom, baby? Call Scoretti Pyrotechnics at 765-977-2757. Scoretti Pyrotechnics has performances for birthdays, weddings, school athletic events, other occasions, and of course, the 4th of July. Scoretti Pyrotechnics are proud supporters of Knights Athletics. Boom, baby! Smith, McQuiston, and Webster Funeral Home has proudly served the Fountain City area since 1886. From the time you walk up the steps, Funeral Director Keith Webster's goal is to carry forward the legacy of personal service established by the Smith and McQuiston families. Using modern technology and good old-fashioned attention to detail, we will strive to earn your confidence in us by treating families the way we think we would want to be treated. Smith, McQuiston, Webster Funeral Home. Rick, thank goodness somebody called time out because I am hungry.
I'm starved, Jerry. Hey, with 3 different Richmond locations and 1 in Hagerstown, there's a Subway sandwich shop near you.
And you can always order off the app for curbside pickup. The drive-thru's always open, and the way that I prefer it, I just like to walk in.
Here's your sub.
Listen, Subway, eat fresh.
Go Knights!
Welcome back to Knightline Live, brought to you by Astro Industries, and we're running just almost up to the wall.
Yeah, we're at the end of our time. Let's touch a little on baseball here. Big week for the Knights. They stand at 8-4, 3-1 in the conference. and they've got a couple big games. They've got
Yeah.
Hagerstown,
Which is
number one team
Yeah.
in 2A right now. So they play tomorrow night at Hagerstown, so that's going to be a huge game right there. If the Knights are fortunate enough to win, they at least put them in a position
Yeah.
to at least share the conference title. They got another conference game that hopefully we'll have on Wednesday night. That'll be a home game against Tri. And, Jerry, we know their sectional opponent.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, so it's being played at Shenandoah this year.
Right.
Out in
Out by
long
1,000
ways.
degree
Yeah,
pizza.
by 1,000 degrees pizza.
Gotta go past
Got to go past it. So Hagerstown plays Knightstown first. Then the second game is Northeastern and Eastern Hancock. So good draw for us,
Right.
I feel. Now the Knights would have to play the winner of the Hagerstown Knightstown game, unlike how the girls softball draw.
So that's odd.
It is odd.
I've never seen it done that way in any sport.
And then Union County and Shenandoah would play each other.
And
in
then they drew
fourth
the
game.
they drew
They
those
drew
two, the
well,
bye.
so bye, I guess,
Yeah,
is the thing. But it's just weird when
If we've got that incorrect, someone correct us. But that's the way you looked at it, right?
that's the way it showed
came
up
out,
on
so.
I Just Say.
All right.
So-
Well, we'll figure that's the way it's going to be. So good luck to those guys. And that's, you're looking 3 weeks down the road here,
Yeah.
not that far.
No,
So-
not that far.
So good luck to them and their crew. Jerry, we're going to be off the next couple of weeks because we've got games on Monday nights, and that's just the way it is this time of year, or at
Yep.
least we're finding it because this is the first time we've done baseball and softball.
I don't think there's any more eclipses left.
I don't think the
Okay.
solar eclipses are gone for
Okay.
quite a while. And we'll be back May 20th, and that's going to be our final Knightline of the year. Maybe, who knows what we're going to do. We'll wrap things up, and, and we'll talk about sectionals, and,
Yeah.
we'll probably have some results at that point in time. And
Well, I'll tell you what, this school year, well, as we always say, is flown by.
it's flying by. It's flying
Yeah.
by.
So, well, hey, for our executive producer tonight, Kayla Hersey and Rick Fletcher, I'm Jerry Middleton, and don't forget to join us Tuesday and Wednesday for some softball and baseball on ISSATV.org, and always check our Facebook page. And if you're not a friend, you should be. This has been Knightline Live.